Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so a unit that I got to full level 10 links a little while ago and have not yet done a video on is the king himself, the extreme STR absolute beast that is transforming Cooler. Obviously with all the talk of the newly released BOJACK essentially being like a copy and paste version of Cooler, I thought this would probably be a pretty good time to drop this video. So as you can see, full level 10 links. I did give mine some orbs and stuff as well. As you can see, I went full into the paint on the additional, 23 additional, so he has a 46% chance to additional attack. And then he just has the 8 crit from, it's like the bare minimum you have to give him from the hidden potential system. And obviously the reason for that is once he transforms, he gets guaranteed crits against Saiyans, which is mostly where I use him, right? So you want to be able to get those multiple supers. Now pre-transformation, he just has a attack and defense 100%. He gives transformation boost category allies key 2 and attack and defense 30% when facing one enemy, which is 90% of the game, or terrifying conquerors 2 key 50% attack and defense when facing 2 or more enemies. And we can transform from the third turn when there is a pure or hybrid Saiyan enemy, and obviously we will show that off in this video. He does immense damage and lowers attack and defense. So I'm running him on his own team. I did actually find a friend that was Rainbow full level 10 links as well, who also went pretty hard on the additional. I think it seems he did give him one extra crit thing that I gave additional, but there you go. This team is stacked. We got Turles, we got Golden Cooler, and we got Kid Buu for support. And already you can see here we got a very strong first rotation, only missing Metamorphosis and Thirst for Conquest on the links. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, let me double check quickly. What was his defense turn 1? With the support from Kid Buu, 164k. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and go off here. I wouldn't be surprised if we one-turn this Bardock, because obviously Golden Frieza, whilst his role is mainly to tank, he can hit reasonably hard. He does have type advantage here. And then Cooler, wow, 3.4 million attack stat basically. Untransformed turn 1. And he's going to lower his attack as well. And then there's the additional, there we go. So obviously we saw his passive, untransformed. He doesn't have any sort of built-in additional until he transforms. So there's that, level 23 additional on my Cooler. Coming in clutch there and getting the second super attack. So very, very good. Obviously some events you can't lower attack, but you know, where you can, hitting that double super is incredibly useful. So let's go ahead and put the friend one first, just in case we do a little bit too much damage here. Obviously this Int Frieza, he has damage reduction and guarding, as well as providing a support type buff to the allies when you're fighting a Goku family unit. So he's going to be really good on here. What I'm probably going to do is, once we get the ability to transform, I'm going to transform one of the Coolers and then float off the other one. Keep them untransformed to use as a support unit, because that will be then giving the transformed one his full link set. And obviously they're both level 10 links, so that's going to be really good. Not only his full link set, but the fact that the untransformed one will be acting as a support unit for him as well. So that's going to be very strong. So he's gone ahead and locked Raditz in slot 1. So we don't have a lot of links active here, but let's go ahead and transform with my Cooler. I never get tired of seeing his animations. I mentioned this when he first came out. I mean, honestly, for those of you who've been around the channel for a long time, I mentioned this when the physical Cooler was first, like, announced. But, Final Form Cooler has always been one of my favourite, like, villains in Dragon Ball. Just, like, the design of him, I think he's really cool. And obviously you see it in that transformation animation. Like, his final form looks awesome. The way the way his weird little, like, mouth visor thing, like, snaps up when he transforms. I've always thought he was super cool. So I was a huge fan of the physical one when he first came out. And then, yeah, the STR one. The fact that he was released and then almost unanimously, like, we saw what he did and people were just like, wow, he's one of the best units in the game. So, Yeah, love it. Love seeing those additionals coming in as well. We take double digits. I should have brought up all of his passive information and stuff here, but we weren't getting a ton of his links active, so I'm not too fussed about not having like checked his defense or anything like that. So what we need to do here is float off this cooler. So we will do this, because I believe we... Actually, I don't think we can lower this Goku's attack anyway, so we might take a bit of damage this turn, because this Goku does hit quite hard, but every unit on this rotation can hold their own, pretty much, except for Kid Buu. So hopefully that attack in the middle slot isn't a super. If he's going to... Oh, wow, he dodged. Okay. And he dodged again. Okay. If he's going to super attack, I would hope he would super attack Frieza, but looks like we're not going to be so lucky. Kid Buu definitely could take a fair bit of damage here. He's going to get an additional super, though. And Goku doesn't dodge either of those, so that's good. 56k. All right, that's not terrible. So let's see what the friend can do here, because essentially he's got double supports because the Int Frieza is giving support, and then triple support if you think about it because of his own passive. So he's, yeah, double digits, okay. Super attack would still hurt, but we get lucky and no super attack there. So this is the kind of rotation that you want to see on this team. Like, obviously Turles could be in a spot of trouble in the final slot, but like Golden Frieza in slot 1 to soak up all the attacks. Cooler in slot 2 with most of his links active. I think he's picking... Yeah, he's picking up First for Conquest from Turles, so that's actually really good. And then, what's his defense? His defense is 183k. So, when transformed into Final Form Cooler, he infinitely stacks attack on Super. So, obviously, he has no ceiling for, like, the attack stat that you could potentially hit. Does immense damage, greatly lowers defense. And then his passive is now Key 3 and 180% attack and defense. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super. And then gets a guaranteed crit against pure and hybrid Saiyans. So with that massive amount of additional that we gave him in the hidden potential system, he does have the potential to super attack 3 times in one turn. And what super attack are we going to get here? Of course, remember as well, guaranteed crits. So like if he super attacks 3 times... That's 3 guaranteed crit supers with very large attack stats, which just keep growing every turn because he infinitely stacks. So, 4.6. Okay. And of course, remember, if he multiple supers in one turn, the attack stat goes up every single time. So, 3.1. Can we get another super here and take him out before he attacks Turles? Let's go! 4.84. So, we keep Turles safe in slot 3. And smash Goku into the ground. 3.3 million crit. I mean, he did what? Over 7 million damage by himself in that turn. It's pretty good. So we will float off Kid Buu here. In fact, we might as well do this since we are actually at least getting some links. This is a bit of a shifty rotation at the moment. Like, it's basically most of our support units. Only the Frieza is defensively capable on this turn. Although 24k is not too bad from Golden Cooler. I think my Golden Cooler is 90%. He's alright to use as a support unit on Wicked Bloodline. Obviously, he doesn't get his full passive to get extra attack and defense and a additional super chance unless you're running multiple heroes allies, which obviously you can't do on this particular team. I mean, I say that, actually. A few of them are in Transformation Boost and Terrifying Conquerors, so you probably could, but obviously this is more of a sort of like a Frieza race team, like a Wicked Bloodline team, but then we've thrown in the like extra units under Terrifying Conquerors, like the Turles, and then like Kid Buu as a support unit as well. So now we have all of our links active with Cooler. So if we move you to there... Yeah, they have the exact same link set. So we're going to keep the double Cooler rotation as a thing here for the rest of the event and see how this stacks up. So what is his defense? 218k. And that's solely now from the pairing with his untransformed version. Obviously, both at level 10 links. So think about when we have, like, Kid Buu float into slot 3 and he's giving us 50% support. So, yeah. Very, very good. So, let's let Cooler go off here. It's probably GG for Gohan, especially because, I mean, we have type advantage, but we're getting guaranteed crits. 5.1 million attack stat. Again, like, wait until Kid Buu is in slot 3. This is absolute madness. 5 million damage crit, basically. 1.8 on a normal attack. So, wow. Look at that. Just whew, sheer devastation right there. So, see you later, Gohan. Oh, Goten. Not a good rotation for you, my boy. So, we'll do this. Just grab some... Actually, let me not get too many same type orbs. I want to get the Dokkan attack with Cooler. Just to see the absolute destruction that will be the STR Cooler Dokkan attack. Because it's a guaranteed crit as well. So it's yet another reason that that guaranteed crit is so good for Cooler. Is if you give him the Dokkan attack, even saying something like Super Battle Road, as long as there's a Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan enemy and you've got him to transform, giving him the Dokkan attack, you're guaranteed a crit. And the Dokkan attack, as we know, especially if you hit all the nodes, does massively boosted damage. And here's the turn we were talking about. Oh boy. So this is going to be the turn with the Dokkan attack, eh? So all our links active, 240k defense. So we'll go ahead and do this. This will be the highest attack stat we could possibly see from him as well. And we're going to be getting the Dokkan attack with it. So the damage here is going to be off the charts. So let us go ahead and try and hit all these nodes. And obviously, like I said, he infinitely stacks. So the further into the event you are, the more ridiculous his attack stat is going to get. Wow, it's 5.89. So basically 5.9 million. So a hair away from a 6 million attack stat. Guaranteed crit incoming. So how much is this going to do? This is a full 7-node Dokkan attack with Kid Buu on rotation. It's safe to say this is most likely a one-shot. 10 million damage. Okay. 10 million damage. Alright, Goten. Off you go. So yeah, STR Cooler is quite good. 2.1. Does he get any extra links from Golden Cooler? No, he actually doesn't. Alright. Well, we'll leave him in slot 1 then, why not? So we'll do this, and then... Yeah, we'll just give you this. Pan is in for a bad time next turn. Type disadvantage against our Cooler. We're going to have Turles in slot 3. So even though he gives slightly less of a buff than Kid Buu, remember that Cooler just keeps infinitely stacking. So his attack stat is actually going to be higher than it was in base beforehand. So because Turles gives a little bit less support, we're probably going to see close to the same attack stat. We might even actually be able to break 6 million. You never know. And of course we have type advantage. So it's going to be GG for Pan over here. So go ahead and do this. Grab these. We are at full health at this point now as well still. So, oh, 6.3. Okay. Yeah, 6.3 million attack stat. Guaranteed crit. Off you go, Pan. Cooler just absolutely dominant. 7.2 million damage crit. There you go. So, I mean, we're going to play out this turn 1 against Goku Jr. And then, yeah, then it's going to be GG, I think. So, yeah, full level 10 links. Rainbow STR Cooler is an absolute beast. One of the best units in the game. I think obviously the main thing that probably keeps him from the top like 3 spot, now that we have crazy units like Gogeta and LRG and all that kind of stuff, something that keeps him probably from the very highest echelons is the fact that you do need to transform. So obviously turn 3 against a pure or hybrid Saiyan, which is really good. That's not a bad restriction at all. But if you do have to take him into an event where there isn't one of those enemies, then you do have to wait a little bit longer. And then, of course, we're seeing him build up to some pretty ridiculous attack stats here because we are in a longer form event. So, obviously, he's not hitting the kind of attack stats that, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or the new, like, Angel Frieza on JP, for example. He's not hitting the kind of attack stats that they're hitting as early as they are. But I think you'd all agree, especially from his performance in this particular showcase, he is an absolute beast. Still over a 6 million attack stat, even though the Golden Cooler, I believe, only gives it's either 25 or 30% support. So we've seen him with slightly less and less powerful support units each time, and his attack stat has still pushed over 6 million for those last 3 turns. So yeah, STR Cooler, Rainbow, full level 10 links is an absolute beast. One of my favourite extreme units in the game, for sure. And yeah, he's just he's just crazy. So obviously BOJACK is out now on JP. At time of recording, his banner only came out like a few hours ago when I'm recording this video. So it'll be interesting to see how he stacks up Rainbow full level 10 links, because he is very similar to Cooler. I think with the way his passive works after transforming, that as long as you pick up all the orbs he requires to get his full passive, he is probably slightly better just from raw numbers, but I guess that remains to be seen. He doesn't get, you know, like the guaranteed crit against 90% of the content in the game. So I definitely think there could be a discussion made between those two. So, but there you go. STR Cooler, absolute monster. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description as well. Feel free to join in the fun over there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.